This is where this crazy journey all began.
What's up guys, welcome to today's video. Today I thought that I would share with you how I got to the shape of my life. Not now because of lockdown, but a few years ago I would say in the shape of my life, pretty lean, had a good amount of muscle, and I thought today I would share with you how I did it, my experience along the way, some of the mistakes I made, but some of the things that helped me get there. And don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you enjoy it, subscribe to the channel, let's go. So first thing I did was I got a load of steroids, joking, obviously. Don't do that unless you want it. I'm not going to judge you. But in all seriousness, my first experience when I thought, you know what, I quite like fitness, I'm going to start going to the gym, was kind of brought into my mind that I wanted to look good. Was when I first started playing sports in school and noticed, hey, I'm starting to get some abs, a little bit of muscle tone. And I knew that there was something in my mind that made me want to, maybe pursue something that made me look good, such as lifting weights in the gym.
Hello, I'm Louis Hickson, owner and founder of my online coaching business. And let me tell you, you don't have to be stuck with what you got.
So the first time that I went to the gym properly, I used to go with my dad because, when you're a 14-year-old kid, you think your dad's God, you think he's Arnold Schwarzenegger, he knows all the tricks of the trade, how to get you in the shape that you want to be. Obviously, unless your dad's obese, then you should know that that's not the right path to follow. But my dad was in pretty decent shape, and I thought, yeah, I'll go to the gym with him. Started going when I was 14, and, the mistake that I made was mainly with food, okay? And just working literally the mirror muscles, as they say. So I used to go to the gym, used to be, seeing how much I could bench when I was 14, obviously with the help of Papa Hicko, so mainly every single week I was just doing, arms 3 times a week, chest once, shoulders once, and I paid for, or my dad paid for, because I was only 14, he paid for us to have a PT who said the famous words, doesn't matter what you eat, as long as you do crunches, and you will start to get abs. And obviously I didn't know any different at the time. I was doing abs every single day, doing crunches. I went on Google and used to, go on bodybuilding.com, used to Google certain fitness people articles and thought, oh well, it must be 3 times 12 reps for every single exercise. And that's literally all I used to do a few days a week. And all I used to do in regards to food was just have, chicken breast after a workout, protein shake before a workout, and I had no idea of calories, macronutrients. I had no idea of the health benefits of our vegetables. So that's how I started off in fitness when I was 14.
Then for the next few years, I wasn't properly into going to the gym and lifting weights, but I dabbled now and again if my friends wanted to bench press or lift some dumbbells now and again. At the start, I was just copying what my dad did and listened to what he said, and was apparently the best thing to do on certain days. After I got a bit more confident but nowhere near competent, I started to do my own thing on some days. I guess you could say I lifted the odd dumbbells for biceps, shoulders, and bench pressed spontaneously when I went to the gym with my dad. So I'm 29 years of age now, and back then there was no YouTube, no Instagram, I wasn't on Facebook, so I literally watched what PTs were doing and what my dad was doing. And I read magazines on the rare occasion about fitness, and the advice was pretty mixed, but I was just following whatever the latest trend was at the time. During my mid-teens, I was playing football for local teams and the school team, and I started to get a bit of a reputation. Let's just say, this is a true nickname, Machine.
1001, 1002, 1003.
It's what they called me back in the day. And I noticed, along with my mates, I was fitter and stronger as a player than others. I could run with the ball the whole length of the pitch, literally. And I came to realise this was down to the training in the gym. And it made me feel good, so I knew I wanted to keep lifting weights. I can remember when I was in Fitness First, that was the first time I really thought about wanting to look aesthetically good. I was 16 and I met a gym buddy of my dad's.
Oh, friend!
He was actually a fireman. And he was big and ripped, and I thought, I want to look like that. So I started to consistently go to the gym with my dad from then on, but I'll point out I still had no clue about how important nutrition was. I was still eating what I wanted, in and out of school, not really knowing what was in my food. When I got to 18 and I was a real boy, I built up the confidence that I knew I looked different to other lads my age. I was a bit more athletic and I got attraction from girls, so I realised I was a step ahead of other guys who might not have started lifting as early as I did. I got told by teachers, you'd be good at rugby, but I thought, nah, I prefer round balls. But self-esteem was high. The game changer came at 18 when, believe it or not, after school, my psychology teacher took me and my friend to work out with him at his gym. He was an ex-Mr. Universe, or Mr. of my area. He was a big dude, and he took us in his car after school on a 25-minute drive to work out with him in a fucking old school meathead gym. Every guy had tattoos, shaved heads, and stringers, probably all on juice, but I absolutely loved it. At 19 and 20, I started to then fuck my dad off and mainly train with my mates, lol. I was now on the protein shakes. All I consumed most of the day was banana or strawberry protein shakes, mainly Maxi Muscle. So I knew protein shakes would help me, but I thought it was better protein shake rather than from food. I didn't have a clue about calories or macros still. I changed gyms, and this is when I knew I loved lifting weights and looking as good as I can. I was going on lads' holidays, the horse race events, nights out, doing curls for the girls, if you know what I mean.
Then what happened was, in the age 20 to 21, in my new gym, I started to incorporate a few more exercises. You know, I was doing things like Arnold shoulder presses. I even thought, hey, I can put the bench on an incline and work my upper chest. So I wasn't just doing the basic moves that I saw my dad do, people online. I was incorporating a few more newer exercises. And I actually saw a lad in the gym who I swear was skinny a few weeks ago, but suddenly, a few weeks later, he looked incredible. He had loads of muscle, you know, looked lean, looked really good, how I wanted to be. And he had a PT, so then it was just me and my mates going to the gym, and I was copying what that lad did when I didn't go with my mates, because I thought, he looks good. That means I need to do what he's been doing. And sometimes when I went with my friends, they'd show me new exercises and I would show them other exercises. And that's how it went from, say, the next year or so. Now, at the age of 21, that is when I really understood how important nutrition was to my goals. So it's when I stumbled upon the one and only Rob Riches. So back in the day when I was 21 on YouTube, I found Rob Riches and he was in his kitchen showing you, how he does macro ratios, 40, 20, 20, how to, do certain recipes but still hit your macros. So I learned a lot about calories, macros, protein, and more about the right carbohydrates like sweet potato, brown rice. So he is the one who basically gave me the basic understanding of nutrition, because every single day, literally when I was 21, I would find the time to go on YouTube, look at Rob Riches in his kitchen, cooking food and speaking about the calories, macros, protein. And that is where, say, my beginnings of nutrition began. And from that point on, then after watching Rob Riches for a while, I was mainly following his meal plans. So I still didn't know how to do it myself, but I had a better understanding. And for the next year or so, I was just following his meal plans. In regards to training, I was now doing a bro split. So Monday chest, Tuesday arms, then shoulders, then back, and legs. I did a little bit of legs now, but it was literally only one set of squats and a few leg extensions. And that is how it went for the next few years. But my knowledge was now improving and I had a structure and a plan to my training and nutrition, and I was looking good.
In my early 20s to mid 20s, I'd found bodybuilding.com and Mr. Steve Cook's competition prep videos on cardio, weight training, etc. and a few nutrition articles and videos on YouTube, and my knowledge was now at its highest. When I was 24, I qualified as a PT with Premier Global. This is when I was my biggest and I'd put on my most amount of muscle in my life. In my PT course, I had access to the gym every day. I was meal prepping, tracking my calories, taking supplements, pre-workout, and I'd now moved to my favorite split, legs push pull, that I was following on bodybuilding.com. Some days were high reps, some days low, and focusing on strength. I made a lot of gains. I realised now the key thing was having a training plan and nutrition and a few supplements if possible. Then I broke up with my ex and went to work on cruise ships for the next few years to travel the world, and amazing experience, but I got lean, very lean from doing classes all day, every day, but lost some gains in the process. My girlfriend on the cruise ship got pregnant, we left the ships, then fast forward, I'm now 27, we're now living in Mexico and doing boot camp classes at night, and in the day, I'm learning a bit more about calories, progressive overload, etc. And this is when I started to really nail down on my craft.
This is when I got in the best shape of my life. I'd learned from my own experience and research. I had to be in a calorie surplus and I had to use progressive overload, track my training to build muscle. So that's what I did until April 2018. Then from April 2018, I then went on a diet to shred the body fat, and I did this by putting myself in a slight calorie deficit. I gave myself enough time to lose body fat slowly over the months. Then I did this by tracking my body weight, tracking my calories on MyFitnessPal, trying to nail down my macros, making sure I'm also tracking my training. I was tracking the sets, reps, load I used on the exercises, for the training. So I didn't change anything to do with training when I was building muscle. I kept it the same, trying to lift as heavy as I could during the time, so I could maintain muscle, but again, lose fat slowly. And during that time, I noticed that once all these things were nailed down, it made a huge difference. Then I noticed that my body weight, or how I looked, as in my body fat levels, weren't changing. I adjusted this by adding in a little bit of cardio each week. Then, as I got leaner, I learned that it's harder to lose body fat when you get leaner because your daily expenditure changes, your metabolism changes, and it's harder to lose body fat the leaner you get. So I added in 1 to 2 refeed days per week, and I ate the odd Krispy Kreme donut as well, and that really helped me psychologically break the stress of the diet. And I noticed that after I'd taken a few refeed days, brought my calories back up to maintenance. Once I carried on with the diet again, I noticed that I had more energy, I performed better in the gym, and it boosted my fat loss again.
I realised now at my peak, I could help others as I have the knowledge about how to make adjustments to macros, calories, training, and how it's so important to have a plan and take action. I really hope this has helped you, inspired you, and helped you to learn about educating yourself to give you the tools you need to succeed. The end. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up.